continuing from the previous movie, my review of the scripts for getting your jukebox project scripted correctly and working, we now come to the portion of the script where we're going to set up the volume control. Let's go ahead and move my Actions window over there and open this up so we can see all of my remarks. First, we're going to run a function for the mute button. Do the mute button first because that's a good way to test that your script is working. By pressing the mute button, and all music playback should be muted. Then you can go ahead and script the other three buttons: low volume, medium volume, and high volume. So first, function to run when mute_btn is pressed. Type that out. Enter 2 forward slashes at the beginning of the line to remark that line out. And then function volume mute, mute is capitalized with an M there. Event : mouse event, close parentheses, void. Don't forget the open curly brace there, as we do for all of our functions. Then we're going to do this method here, the SoundMixer.SoundTransform property. We're going to set that, and we're going to create a new sound transform object. And the parameter there, 0, represents volume. So 0 is muted. Go ahead and close the curly brace. Then what you'll want to do is go down here, and don't forget to add the event listener. Let's bring these blocks of code for our event listeners for each of our 4 buttons. Just do the mute button first, mute_btn. Remember, that's the name of the instance, my button instance, my mute button instance that I dragged on the stage and then labeled the very first thing in this sequence here in reviewing the scripts for the jukebox. Then add event listener, mouse event, click. Then I'm going to run the volume mute function, which is the one that I just showed you. So do those 2 first and then test your movie. Make sure that the music is playing back when you click on one of the song buttons, and then the music should be playing, and then click on the mute button and the music should be stopping. If it's not stopping, there's something wrong, so you want to go back and check with my version right here, mute button. If it is working, go on to the low volume button, add a remark here, function volume low with a capital L for the low, event, mouse event, same as above, SoundMixer.SoundTransform equals new sound transform. This time I'm going to set the new sound transform object, the property, the volume property, to 0.15. 1 is full volume, 0 is mute, so this is going to be a very low value. Go back and add the event listener for the low volume button. Go ahead and check the low volume button to make sure that it's all working. Then you can go ahead and do the next 2, copy and paste to create the medium volume and high volume event listeners. Add the functions. Probably want to copy and paste those. Change the remark. And then the only thing you're really changing is this parameter for the new sound transform object. 0.5 for medium and then 0.9 for high. You can also change that to 1. Actually, you can change these values to any number. But these are good numbers to check to see if everything is working. And the last thing we need to do, which should be second nature to you by now, is test all of our scripts. First thing you want to do, however, is check your scripting. You might want to pause your movie to make sure that your event listeners are set up like I have them here, that your functions for your mute, low, medium, and high volume buttons are properly scripted. Next, we had the functions to run when the various song buttons were pressed. Might want to pause the movie again and make sure that those are all correct. Let's go ahead and open this up again, make this job a little bit easier for you. Let's go ahead, and there are the scripts for the various song buttons, song 2 through song 4. And then also, top of the script here is the scripts for creating the various sound objects, the URL request objects, and then placing the URL request data into the sound objects. So once you've checked your scripts, made sure that everything looks good, final test is to do Control Test Movie. You should see no errors, no problems in the output panel or the compiler error panel. Click on one of the songs, music should start playing right away. Click on the mute button, it should mute it. Low should be very low, medium should be louder, high should be louder still. Try each of the songs, make sure they're all playing. And everything looks pretty good here. So there you have all the script required for setting up a nice little jukebox with 4 songs, and then a volume control over here consisting of 4 buttons. As I mentioned previously, a good exercise for you now would be to mix the volume slider scripts with this script to replace my volume buttons with a more elegant volume slider. You can create a graphic perhaps that matches this jukebox graphic up here at the top or the bottom somewhere, perhaps down here would be a great place for a little volume slider. Takes up a lot less space than my bulky volume buttons over here. But first do the volume buttons. The idea is to start with simple scripts and then build complexity as you're successful with the simpler scripts first.